OMGs, OMGs.
Yeah, we got this.
OMGs,
That time again.
OMGs, OMGs.
I'm getting the Ellen Jobbing Mrs. OMG. My lovely husband, you know, in my OMG. And together you can call us the OMG. Sit back, relax, and sip your tea. We keep you company.
OMGs, 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 OMGs.
Welcome to our channel, OMGs. Welcome to our channel, OMGs. Welcome to our channel, OMGs. Welcome to our channel, OMGs. OMGs, 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 OMGs.
Oh. No, babe. I'm just eating dinner. Really. Is it sweet? So you definitely bought it for yourself then? That's selling fish.
Hi guys.
What is this in your pocket, please?
What's something lost in your hand?
It's digging into my fire. Yeah, it is apple.
Well done, Jerry.
Hi.
Happy New Week.
Happy. It sounds so happy and looks so happy. Happy New Week.
Anyways, no long story. We want to try and be keeping things short, Abby. Hopefully 10 minutes today, Abby. So what are we talking about today? We're talking about, I think we've had, what?
Sorry. I'm just looking out on the floor. Distracted me. Yeah.
We can't just even focus on this about 10 minutes once and for all. Are you going to implement the topic here right now?
Yeah.
Because we are talking about fights. And she's about to start one now.
Am I about to start one? Or this is starting one?
As in, if you just stay like in one place so that you don't want to fight or they won't allow you.
Who's
They just
they?
make you fight.
Who
Them
are
now.
Who are they?
I want to be by.
I'm them.
Them. As in,
I don't use pronouns. I'm a
them.
she.
Them is respect in
And her.
Yoruba. I want.
But if things have changed and people are going by them and it's one person. Older or younger. Not for
So you are
culture.
already fighting.
I'm not fighting.
Exactly what I'm saying.
I'm informing you.
In your marriage, who is like register all your fights that you people have fought since you got married? Who is the person that is behind the most of the fights? Meanwhile, this year, I think we've really fought a lot this year. This year and last year, when did we fight most?
This year, definitely.
And this is year 3.
Yeah, it's been real.
So what do you have to say about our fights so far?
For
In
me,
anticipation for the others. I'm joking.
I just rubbed my eyes. Just letting you know. For me, I feel like there's a lot of, like, you know, my issues with our fights is always that I don't feel like you're understanding me, and it feels like you are, you know, I know you're not, but, you know, in the moment it can feel like you want to believe the worst. So for example, if I say something and I'm like, I'm just talking, and for you that's something that I said will come out as, or my tone, you'll be like, my tone is making me sound like I'm being rude and whatever, and I'm like, but this is how I've always spoken. So yeah, I don't know.
So in case you have guessed it, our obviously different backgrounds makes us fight a lot.
And not a lot.
Most of the fight has been as a result of different backgrounds because we don't just understand each other. Not like we don't understand each
It's
other.
actually crazy.
You understand? But the fights have sharp been because we did not understand each other at that moment. And serious fight though, but when we now finish it, when we now look back, we're like, wow. So it's small thing, but the fight becomes serious.
The fight was
For
serious.
example, different backgrounds. What she just said now is, like it always seems like I expect the worst or I think of the worst and blah, blah, blah. And she's just saying whatever she says. But from my own angle, the way I was brought up like to read in between lines. I was brought up to be able, like, I read signs, like the way I was brought up, like there is sign in everything, even like the way you talk. For example, there's a way you say good morning, or you say good morning and I say good morning, good morning. Like there are different kind of good mornings you say, and I will hear different kind of things from it. You understand? So I sense things from intonations and everything. You know, so sometimes I just sense some unfriendliness or some should I even say rudeness or something. I just sense some vibe that I'm not feeling from her intonation. It causes fights because I complain about it. And she's like, what am I saying? Blah, 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 you know, blah.
And I'm like, but this is how I always talk.
Yeah.
So he may say that, oh, I'm talking to him like I'm talking to Fermi. And I'm like,
She does that a lot though.
but then I'm like, how?
Because you sound like
I'm trying to clarify.
Or you are talking to a child, like a
Exactly,
baby.
because I'm just trying, and the thing is, I'm literally just trying to clarify. I want you to understand, because I know that we've had miscommunication. So it's like, I am trying to let you know this. Can you hear? Like, I'm talking like, I'm trying to let you know this because I don't want to be misheard or misunderstood. But you take it as, oh, I'm talking down to you, or I'm talking to you like
That happens a lot.
But that's-
We just have to find an equilibrium ground on that one, because no
and the
matter how
funny
much
thing-
I try, as in,
but that's-
when you sound like you're talking to a baby, you sound like you're talking to a
No,
baby.
but that's the thing. I don't.
Like
It's not like I'm doing baby talk.
It sounds derogatory, if I can put it that way.
But that's on you, isn't it? Because
No, it's what I'm hearing now.
No, because if the person that you're hearing it from is telling you that that's not what.
But
they're
if
coming
the
from.
person you're speaking it to is telling you that, okay, this is the vibe I'm getting from this,
Yeah, but then
that's what I'm
at the
saying,
same time,
equilibrium ground.
my thing is that nothing has changed. I've always spoken to you like this.
No, like this derogatory talk we're talking
No,
about is not the way you're
the thing
speaking
is-
to me right now.
No, but I'm saying to you that okay.
And this happens most times when
I'm angry.
there's already friction.
Exactly.
Do you understand?
And I'm trying to explain to you that when there is that friction, so in order not to cause more, I talk to you like I might talk slower, and I'm trying to be clearer. Not because I'm even trying to, and I'm annoyed. Let me let you know, I'm annoyed. So I talk and
So
I
you're
talk
annoyed and you are.
I'm annoyed, but I'm not talking. I'm trying not to shout, and I'm trying not to be rude. So I now talk to you in clear tones, and this is how I've always been. Like it's always a thing of. And I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. What's it called?
See.
But
don't worry.
I'm trying to let you know that I'm not
What
talking
me I'm
down
saying,
to you.
don't need to explain. What me I'm saying is the only way forward is equilibrium. You understand? We won't have
You
it your
love
way
that
and
word.
we won't have it my way. Because that word is the only thing that can help a marriage go. Do you understand?
Absolutely.
Because your way is how you have been
But
all your
this is-
life. My way is how I've been all my life. Do you understand? So
But we have to find
can't
a-
exactly. So we
common
can't
ground.
totally, because if we have it 100% your way, I will still keep getting the
Of
vibes I'm
course.
getting.
But then at the same time, it's like it comes back to what I said before. I want you to believe the best of me, that no matter how angry I get, I'm not trying to talk down to you. That when I'm speaking like this,
So
you
it's
understand.
the same way as saying, okay, no matter how angry you get, try and be normal, try and speak the way you are. There's when you get angry.
It's not
Do you understand? Exactly.
So when you're
So-
angry, yeah, you get angry, like your voice is shaking and everything.
Oh,
It's
my
like-
voice, you don't hear my anger in my voice except you provoke me. No. It's only when you provoke me,
Oh, it's always
because
someone's
my
fault.
anger
It's
is
always my fault,
I don't talk, I don't want to talk, but you keep
Yes.
pushing and keep
Yes.
pushing and keep pinching and keep choking pin in the balloon filled with water until the thing bursts and the water comes out. So normally when I'm angry, I do not want to talk, I just want to
Can
swallow
I
it.
ask as well,
You get?
actually, if like your spouse it gets angry and they don't want to talk, is that not like holding malice?
It's not holding malice now. You just let them chill till
Because,
the
okay.
boiling water becomes warm
Because,
or
like,
cold. Because a lot of people that don't want to talk when they are angry is because they don't want to say what they will regret later or anything. You get?
I understand
And I
that,
don't have any record of that,
but-
and I do not want to have any record of that.
Which is
Do you
great.
get?
I think that's a great idea. But you can go on forever. I feel like you're that person that if I think I've noticed numerous times. I think barring one time, perhaps.
No.
Okay, maybe
no,
once or twice.
No.
But okay.
But the only time, like, there are two
Okay,
ways.
okay.
There are two different.
Let me complete.
Okay.
Like, you can go, even if, like, for example, like, even if it's my fault or if it's not my fault, I will still come to you and talk about it. I will still want to
There are
talk
two
about
different not talking. That's say I don't want
But-
to cloud this thing up.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to talk. There are two different me not talking to you in this, the one we were talking about now is when I'm angry, I just don't want to talk. So it's not
Yes.
like I'm committing
No, but-
malice. I don't want to say anything and I
But-
just
but I'm
go
saying, like, it goes
some,
on for
wait.
ages.
No, now, let me finish.
Okay, go on.
When I'm angry, I do not want to talk at that point. So the fight is on and you are doing whatever, but I don't want to respond, so I leave. That's one. That's
That's
not
one.
the malice. But the malice you are referring to, which is not still malice, is when the fight is over and nobody has conceded. And most times when I don't concede, it's because you are probably at fault. Like every time I've been at fault, I've come
Man,
to
every
concede.
time you think you've
You
been
know.
at fault,
And
you
now
have-
this now boils it back to when we say we are not perfect and everything. Because I remember we have said it on this channel
Yeah,
before.
I feel like we had this talk before.
No,
as
no,
well.
I remember we said it on this channel that it doesn't matter who is at fault or not. To let the fight end easily. And you people just sort it out, you get.
And
But
the
it's
thing that-
easier said than done.
I think that, but the thing is, I believe I'm very good at that. Whether or not you're going to give me props, I'm the person that will always want the fight
Babe.
to end. Babe, let's
Babe,
be honest.
The times I've ended the fight.
Babe, I can count on one hand.
Wait, no.
I can.
But every single time I've ended the fight.
on the one hand.
Wait, now. Every single time I've
On
ended
one
the
finger,
fight.
yeah.
Let me talk the talk I want to talk.
You do the same thing.
Every single time I've ended the fight did not even have a chance because as soon as it starts, blah blah, once we just finish that first leg, blah blah blah, I'll just come and meet you upstairs. But you, the so-called time you've come to talk, you probably give it a day. Like
That's
it's when you see that I did not come. Babe, you never come immediately before. When you see that I did not
I
come,
tried
that's
to-
when you always come.
No,
Do you understand?
I
But
do.
me, I do not give it a chance. I'm like,
What?
Yeah.
Please, I can
The
ask
only thing is-
who's in the house? Who's the person? Who's the other woman? Because it ain't me that's in that house
Babe.
receiving this.
Okay, I can't even remember. Do you understand? But every single time I've come to settle the fight, it's been like it's never extended. It's never been. It's never. I'm serious. Okay, the time I've come to settle fight with you, that the one that settled the fight, has he extended to like
Yes.
the next day?
Yes. Oh my, yes, it has.
When? Give me
It has.
one.
I can't even remember that. This is a while
It
ago.
hasn't, babe.
It has, babe. It
The
has.
only ones that have extended till probably like the next day is the one that you are the one that came to sort out, and that is because when we sort it out, when we say blah blah blah, but yeah, both of us have faults, but you have like majority shares of the fault.
That's what you believe.
Hmm?
Because the thing is, the reason why you always feel like that, I'm the one that has the majority fault, is because you don't want to see where I'm coming from.
Okay, for example, this last one, when we all saw where all of us are coming from, who was still like who like when we rewound and everything and if something had not been done, all that
Thing is-
who did that song? Because all these things,
Let me tell
the way
you,
fight comes is there's always a root, a seed
Yeah.
that could have not been planted. Do you get? If you just calm down a little bit or
Yes.
just understand the situation a little bit.
That's right.
This last one, who planted that seed?
I believe you planted it for yourself. Do you know why? Do you know why I say that? Because you misread. You read. When did you buy this again? Look at Fit Fam, yeah.
Talk your talk now.
Fit Fam.
It's protein.
At this time,
Muscle. Talk.
when you had seen a message from me, you had read it in the tone that you thought it was. This is something that sometimes this tone thing. If you don't get clarification, you're gonna read it.
This
how
one was
you
not even tone.
It-
But now this is back to
But let me, can I complete? Let me see. So basically, what I'm trying to say with this tone thing is that you have to try to, for your own, I feel like it helps when you try to at least believe the best. Or try to clarify that, what does this person really mean by this tone? Because you can be like, oh, this tone.
just get rid of the tone now. If it's like if
No, I'm not giving you a tone. You've seen it as a tone.
if you're not giving a tone, if there is no tone, so why is it a different way you talk at that point?
Because that was a message. I'm talking about a message here right now as well. You
Message.
read that message because it wasn't like it was
Which one are we talking about?
the last fight that we had.
What was the last one? It was it's like you didn't even hear me.
Yes.
I did not read the message till the whole fight was over. The message had nothing to do with the fight.
So
The
when
fight was that basically you were saying I was lying. That's
No, I know.
Do you understand?
No,
I summarized it
Okay. That's this is now the issue. You have taken it upon yourself to say that from the words that I used, I'm saying that you're lying.
And this is not the way to go about a fight. You don't come and say, I've taken it upon myself. Just sort out your end. I sort out my end.
Yes.
And your end was, oh yeah, okay, this is okay. So this is what I said. This is how it made you feel. Okay, I will not. I'll sort this out.
Yes, exactly.
And-
Feel is different, but but now you're categorically
Okay,
saying
see,
that
for
so
instance,
that you're lying.
okay, this last fight we're talking about, which we still say that most of the fight at the end of the day comes from our different backgrounds because when she says something, probably that's what it means in the Nigerian context. Let me put it that way. It's not what she means in our English context. So this last one, we were somewhere, and I stepped out to receive a phone call. I told her I was coming, but apparently she didn't hear because I didn't see. Because me, once there's this line I have. Most times when I get phone calls from it, it's usually business, so I'm really sensitive about it, and especially when they are unknown numbers. That means like it's a new client. So we're there, it was noisy. I picked the call, I stood, but I wasn't hearing. And at that point, my head was already calculating money, so I was like, babe, I'm coming, and I stepped out. So when I said, babe, I'm coming, she was doing something else. She wasn't, what?
I'm like, go ahead.
What's funny?
Like, which babe?
When I said, babe, I'm coming, apparently she didn't see me or blah, blah, so she didn't know I left. So when I came back, she was like, why would I leave without telling her? Me, I was telling her that, oh, no, I told you now. I told you I was coming, blah, blah. And she's saying, I did not tell her. So this was, it went for a while before me and her boiled up that, so I'm telling you, I told you, you're saying I did not tell you, am I lying? It went for, because there was no fight in my mind before. I was just explaining, okay, wait, I told you, it was a phone call. So now the argument was, she said, I did not tell her. And I'm saying, I told you. So naturally, you people hearing us now, before we continue, what does that sound like to you? Your husband or your wife comes to tell you, let's even say your wife comes to tell you that, I told you this thing, and your husband is saying, you did not tell me. You get, it's a different thing when you say, I did not hear. But now, eventually, later in life, when we have sorted everything out, what she was telling me, what she meant by I didn't tell her was, it wasn't her I told. Like she did, as far as she didn't hear, I did not tell her. So she did not mean that I did not utter a statement from my mouth. She just meant that I should have made sure she heard me. Do you understand? Which is understandable, but which could have been handled better, especially as you saw that it was building up. And I kept saying that, so are you saying I'm lying? And you still kept on going. So that's what I'm saying, the seed. You just planted the seed from the onset. You could have just said, okay, I don't know whether you said it or not, but I did not hear. You didn't say anything like that. You kept on saying I didn't tell you.
You didn't ask me if I said, you didn't ask me, do I
Why would I ask you? Me, I keep telling you that I told you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like now, in terms of words, you didn't say to me.
No,
like,
I said, no, I mentioned lie now. Yeah, I did.
This was, I think, it wasn't like.
I did.
You
Probably you
said it
didn't
once.
hear. I did.
I didn't hear that.
I did. Because that was what now boiled. I was now,
Because
it now boiled to the other level.
You were really bold and you said that.
I didn't
I'm
boil.
not lying.
I wasn't bored from the onset because I even cracked jokes.
No,
I wasn't
that,
bored.
but you never mentioned lying until at the last part. Because for me, it was like I didn't see that you took it as I thought you were lying.
But even from the onset, everything, the whole implication, what I was implying, I'm like, wait, are you the one that said? I'm telling you that I said something, and you're saying I didn't say.
I actually thought this is actually so ridiculous because my back was to you. So I was just like literally like so. I want you guys to understand something as well. This is my point of view in terms of you were sitting like next to me, but my back was to you for the period even before you went. My back was to you, so I didn't even know you were on the phone. So I was facing front of me. So for me, it was that even if you thought like I was trying to get it to be that you should understand that how would I have heard you if I wasn't even looking at you or I wasn't even facing you for the most part. So even if you did tell me, it was quite flippant in that sense.
So my point now is all this is secondary because at the end of the day, you have your own paradigm. I have my own paradigm, which both of us probably are right in our own. This is secondary, and we shouldn't have gotten to whatever level if from the onset it didn't sprout up or it didn't blow. Do you understand? And that takes me back to what I said in the beginning. We passed 10 minutes. Sorry, guys. What I said in the beginning that most of our serious fights at the end of the day is just, I don't want to say stupid things, but things, very, very tiny things that just cause them. And I think they are mostly like, at least so far with our small experience, because, well, have we had any major fights?
No, and to be
We've
honest,
had major fights, but it's just...
It's as a result of like, but I find that it's as a result of misunderstanding, and sometimes it's like none of us wants to yield. And I think that's the ultimate reality. And I think what I said to you when we were talking about it afterwards was that, even if you feel this way, it's like even if you feel like I'm being irrational or whatever, you can take it upon yourself to.
Yeah, that's what
to
I've
take that,
taken out
yeah,
of everything
yeah.
now,
even,
that
and
I'll
even
be
for
yielding
myself,
anyways.
yeah.
But be proud to now, it's not really about yielding. Because most times when I stamp my feet on the ground, because I really, like, I already snapped it from the, like, I already picked it up before it became anything, and I'm trying to point your attention to that. I just sort this out and we're good. But most times you don't see it. So that's when, but yeah, as the, I don't want to say as the man, because so that I won't sound sexist.
No,
do you
because
understand?
even for
But
me, like I do. There are things that I try, and I think sometimes maybe you don't see it, but I do really try to make a point of like doing better when it comes to that. Like trying not to.
no, this is not. It doesn't have anything to do with how you are, or I'm just picking. For example, you are not the cause of all our fights. You probably are not. Have I ever said you are the cause of all our fights? I never said so. I never said so. Have I ever said so? No, no. So that's not the point. I'm not saying every time we fight is your fault. Blah blah blah. What I just said was, if we check it well, most times I have stood my ground is because there's no fight that is just one person's fault. Yeah, but it's because the
Given like a warning.
the glowing splint that became a bomb blast was within your control, if I put it that way. Do you understand? So it's something that you could have been curbed. You get, this was a good example, for instance. But at the end of the day, from your own understanding, you were right, and for me, I was hearing something else. Do you understand?
Even for me, like I took it from that argument. I took it away that I could have just been like, okay, fine, no problem. Okay, I didn't hear you, and I could have let it go. But I was adamant, and I think again, it was my point of view was like it was slightly skewed because I just felt like you should have known to do this. But again, I need to understand that we don't think the same.
Anyways,
So,
what me have started taking, although it's easier said than done, like, so help me God, is the fact that even when it's from your end, you get, so far me, I've seen it from the onset that this thing is, because what I used to do prior to now, which okay, I think is bad now, so in retrospect, looking back at it, is the fact that I see the potential of something going out of hand, but because, at least from my end, because it's you and it's something that you are supposed to curb, but you did not curb. I refuse to curb it too, because I'm like, okay, you are the one that caused it. I'm telling you, you are not listening. Can't you, once you continue this way, it now goes out of hand, and I'll stay in my court. It now ends up being blah, 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 blah. That's probably a part I need to be mature on too, you get. So it's better if I do not let it go out of hand, then we sort it out. Then I now come back at the end and be like, but babe, you know that I could have, talking on a friendly level as opposed to fighting. Do you understand? But the cocoa of this thing is we learn. The more we learn, the more we live, the more we learn. Because
another thing I took away from it, that sometimes it's just good to just take some time out, and
hence you let me take my time out when I say I don't want to talk. When I'm boiling.
For me, I always want to just deal with the situation right there and then.
And it has never ended well.
Yeah, never ended well.
Like you don't eat hot yam while it's hot. Do they say that? Is that a saying? But you understand what I'm saying, you get? Because if you let hot yam become cold, it won't be sweet, it will be hard.
Exactly.
But you don't eat it when it's boiling, like whatever.
Or once it's on the fire?
I don't know, man. But you understand what I'm trying. Okay, let's use dodo. You don't use dodo. You don't eat plantain, fried plantain, when you just took it out of the hot oil. You get what I'm trying to say. Back to, so the cocoa of this whole thing is, most times, I don't know if we have the right to say in most marriages, because it's only our marriage we know about. But in our case, most times, maybe all the time, all our fights have been from
something really
silly things, but really not exactly silly. It's just because we are understanding better now, but basically because we have different backgrounds. So,
and I think ultimately, though, with marriage anyway, people are coming from two different backgrounds.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to get to. So, and our own different backgrounds. It's not in terms of upbringing. I think we have similar upbringing, but different backgrounds in the sense of she grew up in the UK, so to English. I can't even remember something I said. Sorry, this video has stopped 2 times. That means we are sorry. That means we're approaching 20 minutes. We are so sorry. It wasn't supposed to be this long. But what I'm trying to say, even up to English, there are some words I use that normally mean something else to me.
Yes.
but they
And then, like,
they mean something else. Though. And I'm like, that's not what I
or
mean.
you don't understand the gravity of what they could mean.
They
Like,
just mean something else entirely.
no, sometimes, like, in terms of, like, okay, so if you say that if I make something that's like maybe it's not tasty, you say, oh babe, it tastes bland.
Okay, for example, one fight we had, I said, what did I say? Like,
Oh,
I
you
said,
said-
are you trying to put me on a leash? And she took that as something else.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, what I meant, I think it was the same
Yeah, it was the
thing.
same fight.
I was like, what I meant by on a leash is, okay, are you trying to say, because this time I was already angry, so I'm like, are you trying to say I should just sit down here? I can't go.
And I was like, where did that come from?
but she had taken it somewhere else that I had a babe outside.
That's not what I said.
You said something
And that's
similar.
not what I said. But I said that, you know, those are the kind of words that people, that guilty men use. That's
So
what I
you
said.
said-
I never said, yeah, baby outside.
You said it's just like somebody saying, sir, if it's not that you are an elder person, I'll say you're stupid. But I won't say, you already said the person is stupid.
No, I never
Anyways,
said
let's
that.
round up. Hope you understand what I'm trying to say. We are still going to fight more fights. You get?
God help
But
us.
God will help us. I think we understand ourselves better with each fight.
Amen.
The cocoa, like we said before in previous videos, the
Lord.
most important thing is whatever fight you fight.
Like, this is really not ideal.
I'm sorry. The most important thing is whatever fight you fight, you have a gauge of where you can exceed. No matter what fight we fight,
You
for
can never
instance,
insult each other.
we can't insult each other. I can't drive out of the house and in annoyance and just let her be. Like all those small things that you know that
We really hurt the person.
hurt the person, or just let the devil creep in and turn
Yeah.
something else to something
It's
else.
like, you know, that whole thing of be angry but don't sin in your anger.
I will never, I don't even need to sit down myself. It's not supposed to be within the human context to hit your wife or, you know, so that should not even be said in the midst of I will never. And we will never, or we already see this as a forever journey. So it's not, do you understand? So it's not like,
Thanks.
I'm tired of this marriage, God forbid. You said
Sometimes-
something, there was something you said this last, you know, there was something you said.
No, I didn't say outside of this man.
You didn't say it, but you said,
No,
and I was,
do you know what
as in, I was
I'm-
just like,
Well, that didn't really hurt you.
I'm just like, this guy is just a child. That was what I felt.
No, that's not. No,
As in-
I never said of this
No,
marriage.
but you said
I
something close to the marriage.
I said that I'm just tired of this. Like in terms of like you
No,
said.
it's not you saying tired of the marriage. There was something you said that was that I know you didn't mean it, but it hinted. I can't remember the way you said it, but it's something like, okay, or if you are tired of the marriage, or you know, as in the conversation should never go to that end.
Yeah.
You said something like, if I'm tired of the marriage, I should just talk. Like, no, don't go beyond that wall, man. Leave me alone. All right, guys, see you next time. Right, there should be a random moment for today. So today's random, don't touch me, dude.
Hey,
Today's random moment is check.
OMGs, OMGs.
Doctor, come and check me, doctor. Come and check me. Check me. Check my. He's saying I might check one too. Doctor, check my heart. Doctor, check my heartbeat. Check my heartbeat. Yes. Okay, you are checking my heartbeat. That one's gonna work. Tick, tick, tick. Is it working? Yeah, check here. Check here. It's working. It's working. Thank you, doctor. Thank you. Go and check your mommy. Tuk, 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 tuk. It's working. It's working. Thank you. We'll send your money to your account. Bye.
Bye.
Hope you enjoyed the random moments. I just remember that you actually said that. So I'm actually angry right now. So another fight is about to start.
No, it isn't. I ain't
We'll have
gonna
settled
do.
this before we come the next time.
Bye, guys. Thank you
So
for
yeah.
watching.
So yeah, couples, please drop your comments. Like, give us your fight experience. What majorly causes? Do you think our cases are similar? Do you like when you guys look at what caused your fight? Are they usually minor things? And you that have been married for a number of years, like if you fought for reasons that are not minor, as we put them like this, what kind of reasons are those, so that we should look out and be careful? Do you understand?
Careful.
So you get what I'm trying to say, yeah? Just drop your comments. Sorry, we're really trying to make our videos like 10 minutes. We just get lost in these conversations. We're so sorry. So if
Thank you
see
for
this
watching.
rounding up, we don't round up like 5 minutes. Ejo mi gon ko ya round
Yes,
up, round
you
up.
can,
First.
it's we. Thank you guys for watching. Oh, please excuse my husband. He loves to talk as well. He will not admit it, but he doesn't. He loves a good chat.
2 minutes.
All right, bye. That was 30 seconds.